Waiting for Instagram. We're waiting on you, Insta. Insta always takes forever. Facebook loads right up. Facebook right now, if this was a relationship battle, you're winning. I'm making love to you tonight. Instagram is just going to be a side piece. Oh, Instagram, you decided to join us. Welcome, Instagram, and welcome everybody to episode 18 of Rebajada de Rife. That's right, we're going Spanish tonight, guys. I have my Latin, Spanish. Yeah, okay, I guess. Look, I'm PC. I'm so sorry. If I offend anybody tonight, it was not my intention. Discúlpame, okay? I am not going to try to be racist. This is all about appreciation. We are doing a Latin episode because food is one of those things that brings people together. So regardless of your racial, whatever you are, it doesn't matter. You're going to like somebody's food. So the next time you're like, build that fucking wall, build that, just remember, you're not going to have any tacos.
Oh my God.
You get no tacos if you build that wall. Okay? Keep the wall open. Bring the fresh food in. Want all the good food. Avocados. Want plantains. Maduros? Really? Maduro? You don't want Maduros? But yes. Anyways, this is what we're doing. So we have a special intro tonight. This is probably going to be terrible because I don't speak Spanish very well. So I included as much Spanish as I could in the theme song to try to get this one going for you. Aquí rebajado de Rife, aquí rebajado de Rife. Learn to please your girlfriend, boyfriend, husband, or your esposa. You might think it's hard. You'll tango some advice, but just tune in to my show. It's every other jueves noche. The rebajado de Rife, rebajado de Rife. You can learn to please your pretty. Come on, senors, let's please that bonita before somebody steals your pretty esposa. So yes. That is the extent of my Spanish linguistics, but that is fine. First thing you need to do tonight is grab a beer, or wine, or vodka, and get ready to play the Slice of Rife drinking game. I have mine, as always, Miller Lite, because we're trying to get a sponsorship for Miller Lite. That would be fantastic. Hashtag Miller Lite sponsor Slice. Go ahead and throw it out there if you haven't already. If I end up getting a bunch of free beer and free money, guess who gets to come to more dinners? All of you guys that got me free beer and free money. So let's do that. So let's go ahead and like and share this video too to enter yourself into the raffle. So you can win, or you can at least get an entry into the raffle to win a dinner here for two. So it's you and a guest if you win the raffle. And we're also going to play the Jeff Rife hand washing game, which is basically every time I wash my hands you take a drink. And also guess the amount of hand washes you think I'm going to have tonight. If you guess right, you get an entry into the raffle. And you also get to come to dinner. That's right, if you guess right, you're just coming to dinner now, right? We've changed this up so many times. But yes, if you guess right, you just get to come to dinner now.
Oh, yeah,
so you get two guesses. Go ahead and place your guesses in the comments section and we'll check them out. And then make sure this upcoming Thursday you check our raffle. But like and share, that's your best way. As many like and shares as you want, you get entered into the raffle. Go ahead and take your pot, because we're going to get our rice going first. I'm doing rice for about 10 people. So I have 3 cups of rice, and I am taking 6 cups of water, and we're going to bring that to a boil. And we're going to throw right in with that 3 tablespoons of butter, because it just adds some delicious saltiness to that rice. Throw that in the sink. While we wait for that to boil, I have a fun little trick that I get to teach you guys tonight. Okay? This is baking soda. This is a shit ton of meat. Okay? Not this. What I'm holding up. This is an average amount of meat. This is a shit ton of meat. Not to be confused with an average amount of meat. But a shit ton of meat is going to be marinated by this little bit of baking soda. A lot of people don't know this trick. I actually learned this from work. But what you do is for about every 12 to 16 ounces of beef that you have, you're going to go ahead and take a teaspoon of baking soda and about a half a cup of water, and you're just going to let that sit for like 15 to 20 minutes. You don't want to let it sit for too long because your food will start to taste like baking soda. So you let it sit for 15 to 20 minutes, we take it out, we rinse the baking soda off, and you cook it as you would, but it tenderizes out of your meat. And it makes a cut like flank steak super tender and more like a strip or a ribeye. So it's just a fantastic way to go about things. Now I'm using about 4 teaspoons because I'm making about 4 pounds of meat. So I'm going to just throw it right in a Ziploc bag, 4 teaspoons, and I'm going to add 2 cups of water into this bag. And that's it. Just make sure it's mixed up. Give a little slishy sloshy. It's kind of like a white liquid in that bag, huh?
Slap the bag.
It's a nice little white liquid in the bag. What does that look like to you guys? What's like a thin, creamy, light liquid?
I don't know, maybe slap it.
Slap it?
Slap the bag.
Do you slap bags?
Only if you want to have to drink the whole thing.
Oh my god.
That's hot. Anyways, this has got weird.
You do the box one.
Now we're going to go ahead, just throw your meat in this bag, guys. We're just going to let this sit in here. Make sure it gets in there. Take all this meat. Look at that. That's a shit ton of meat. It's the size of my head. If this comes out at you, ladies, and you're on a date, run away. It's not going to be pleasurable. It's just going to hurt. You don't want to eat this much meat. No, I'm just telling you, you'll have colon problems. You don't want to eat this much meat. If you go to dinner and you order a steak and it comes out like that, run away. Don't eat that meat. You guys thought I meant something dirty, didn't you? It's not, you guys have a dirty mind. That's on you guys. All right, so this is here now. It's in this little water mixture. And what I want to do now that this is sitting and my water is... Oh, no, that's not good. I started to drip meat juices everywhere, baby.
Oh, no.
Can you come clean this up for me? You're good at that.
Sure. I spend my life cleaning up your meat juice.
To everybody who just got it, welcome to the conversation. Buddy, come clean up my meat juices. That was not planned. I actually did just spill a shit ton of meat juice everywhere.
You did, it's all over.
Not planned at all. Accidental meat juice spilling, guys. Look, it was a premature meat juice ejaculation. That's all I know, but I've gotten back off of it now. Yeah, that's... I'm sorry. It was an early release. Sorry, I didn't...
I was like, come on, man.
It was an early release of the juices. I am going to set a timer, though, for about 15-20 minutes, just to go along with that. And next thing I'm going to do is bring everybody up. So give me just a second, guys. We're going to have you all up here to say hi. And then a little later on, I'm going to need my ladies to hold some giant things in their hands. Hopefully my wife doesn't get jealous. Remember, if you're playing along with the hand washing game, this is like my 3rd hand wash. Right here, we'll stop disclosing how many hand washes I've had so far, just so that you don't get like a cheat. Yeah, so no cheating. Make your 2 guesses and see what happens. But also take a drink whenever I wash my hands, because it's fun. It'll help you get a little schwasty tonight, and you'll enjoy your dinner a little bit better. If you decided to go to the store and pick up ingredients and you're cooking along with me, trust me, you're going to want to drink. It's going to get a little fun over here.
Wait, I'm sorry to interrupt. I just need clarification. You just washed your hands and said it was your 3rd hand wash?
That was my 3rd hand wash, yes.
Wasn't that your first one on camera?
No, I just washed them twice there, and I washed them right at the start. Did I not?
Yeah, but the camera wasn't on yet.
Oh. Oh, well, we can't count that one then.
Exactly.
Sorry, I meant 2 hand washes.
On it, yo.
Wow. Wow.
Good job, girl.
That's somebody who actually cares about the show. Andy had no idea. My wife had no idea how many times I'd washed my hands.
It wasn't my job.
Oh. Whoa.
She was cleaning up that meat juice.
That's true. She was taking care of all of my meat juices.
Kinds of stuff over here.
The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take a sip of my beer. So drink at home, or drink here if you're playing a Jeff Rife Slice of Rife drinking game, because it's fun. That is fantastic.
Oh, Chrissy's watching. She says, Happy Holidays.
Who does?
Chrissy Shortman.
Oh, hey, happy holidays to you as well.
Hey.
Get this going right in here. We're also we're gonna throw a pinch of salt in. So I got a little bit of salt right here. We're gonna throw a little bit of salt in with this water for the rice. Hey, what's going on, Lisa? Late, Lisa, it's late, Lisa. She showed up late, but that's still fucking okay.
Kimberly says she cares. She really, really cares.
Yes. Guys, we have a special announcement later, too. I'm going to wait for everybody to get here before we make our special announcement. But next episode is going to be something uniquely special.
Oh, yeah.
So hopefully you get to come to next episode. And it won't be tough, guys. All right, our water is starting to boil now. Let's take the spoon out of there. Now, rice is a fickle creature. Okay, you can make fantastic rice, you can make terrible rice. And it all boils down to these next couple of steps. All right, and this is where rice is really a make or break. So you want really, really hot, bubbling water. You want it bubbling like your wife's angry at you because she just found out that you spent your life savings on a brand new dartboard. Don't ask about the dartboard, okay? It was an expensive dartboard. It was not that we didn't have a lot in life savings. But regardless, this is how mad she would be, is if this is bubbling over like this. You're going to pour the rice in. You're going to give it a quick stir. You are immediately going to turn the heat down to very, very low, and you're going to cover it. Don't waste any time going crazy, stirring the rice, having too much what I call fun, fickling around with the rice. Where did I just put that spoon? I had a giant spoon in my hand, and I lost the spoon. Where's the spoon? I found the spoon. All right, so it goes right in. You've got it in there. Give it a quick little stir. Make sure it comes back to a boil. Pop this right off to the side. We won't need this for a moment. Come back. You come back to me, you. Oh, come back. Just waiting for it to come back to a boil. You want it to be at a boil before you lower it because you don't want it to have to worry with that. That's perfect right there. Got that going. And then we'll lower this up.
Bubble, bubble, toilet trouble.
Bubble, bubble. That's what I'm looking at right now.
That's what Kim said.
Did she?
Yeah. So
Kim's boil, boil, bubble, trouble?
Toilet trouble.
Guys, thank you for tuning in, by the way, if you just tuned in.
Yeah. We got 8 people watching.
We're having our special Latin episode tonight, if you're just tuning in. Also, make sure you like and share, get into the raffle, playing the drinking game. All those normal accoutrements are going on with your Slice of Rife experience tonight, so if you see me drink or if you see me wash my hands, go ahead and take a drink. And also, guess how many hand washes I'm going to have, because that's going to be important for you to get to come to one of our live cooks. So this bad boy's bubbling now good. Go ahead and turn this down to low, and just leave it there. We're going to set a timer for 20 minutes, guys. And that right there is fantastic. That rice is going to cook. Don't move it. Don't mess with it. Don't touch it. Just let it sit for 20 minutes. Don't take that lid off. You don't want to. You're unleashing a whole can of obnoxiousness if you take that lid off. So you leave that lid on. This can come in the sink for us here. Our meat is still tenderizing. That's going to take a few minutes, but that's looking good already. And then, guys, we're getting fairly close to done with dinner, which I know is crazy to say, but we're like 30 minutes out. So what I want to do is I want to have everybody up. Can I get all of my guests that are here today up and on screen? Bring your beverages if you want, because we've got some stuff going on. We're going to get the ladies up here again later. Don't forget, I told you about ladies happening. We have 2 guests. Oh, she says she's more important. We have 2 guests coming in right now. My wife and my unborn daughter. So double guest coming in right now. Wifey and unborn daughter. Josh Sewell flew all the way in from New Orleans because he won the raffle. So he's here partying, coming in from New Orleans. We have his guest, Genesis Nazario. I never know how to say it right, and I probably never will. But that's okay. We have our special guest chef tonight who's coming in here soon to help me do all the Spanish things I don't know how to do. Juan Quintero, or I call Wonky, because it's just fun. And then pop on in here, our raffle winner. Patty Shark doo-doo-doo-doo. Patty Shark doo-doo-doo-doo. Patty's here, and then we also have Patty's guest, Dana. Dana's in the house. And then our lovely social media manager, Lisa. Thank you guys so much for coming out. Thank you guys for all your support. I appreciate you guys. I love you guys. Now go sit the fuck down here.
Get the hell out.
All right. Yeah, get the mic.
Yeah, there's just stuff.
All right, I got my knife set up. Let's go here. Next thing we get to do, guys, is we get to make the chimichurri. Now, the chimichurri is not difficult. It's actually incredibly simple to make. It's an avocado chimichurri. I'm going to need a little bowl, so I'm just going to wipe the rice out of here, because we don't need this extra little bit of rice. And now we have a bowl for our avocado and our chimichurri. And again, there was just rice in here, so this isn't me being gross. There was only rice, and now it is clean. Now, this is going to take a few ingredients. We've got cilantro. I went with fresh cilantro. I have washed it. Make sure you wash your cilantro whenever you're buying produce. It's just wash it. You're going to eat it, you know, and it's not cooked. This is going in here pretty raw. But we're going to end up needing about 1.5 cups of fresh cilantro. We're also going to need olive oil. I've got about 8 tablespoons of olive oil right here. I have about 6 tablespoons of red wine vinegar. We have 2 tablespoons of lime juice. I've got just a bunch of salt, and I've got a bunch of pepper. I'm not going to use it all for this, but I just wanted to tell you what I'm working with over here. And then this is oregano. Okay, oregano is also going to go in here. Now, one of the best things about having a food processor when you're making chimichurri is I don't have to chop all this really well. You can literally just cut it, throw it in, and it's game time. So, when we're talking about 1.5 cups, what I do want to do is I want to take a few of these stems out of here, because we're going to use them for plating later. That's right. We've got some nice little plating techniques that we're going to throw out there later. So just take a little handful. Got about 9-10 people. We'll throw that right off to the side. And cilantro is actually a very, very tender herb. So you don't need to worry about de-stemming it. You can actually use the stems with cilantro. They're super tender. Don't obviously go down at the bottom and use that shit. You don't want any of that. But just chop that off. Look at that prep. Look at that cilantro prep, guys. Guys, I'm like the best chef in the world. It took me 1 cut. I prepped all my cilantro. I didn't have to do shit. How fantastic is that? And then just throw the rest of that away. We don't need any of that garbage. But we're going to go ahead and we're going to take this cilantro. Don't let things like this find their way into your food. It happens. The very first episode of Slice of Rife, I lost a toothpick and a pork tenderloin. So that was me sticking my wood in some other meat, and then I lost my wood in that meat. It was some nice loinage, wood to loinage ratio, but I gotta tell you, I never got that toothpick back. So I'm rocking 1 less toothpick, okay? But don't let this find its way into your food. It almost just happened. That would have sounded very, very weird in my food processing.
Kimberly says cilantro tastes like soap.
Ah, that's actually funny that you bring that up, because to me, cilantro also tastes like soap. It is a genetic disorder. So if cilantro tastes like soap to you, me and you share some genes.
Pia.
Not yet. Pia? Pia?
Yes.
Ah, Pia. Pia. You can eat this. This will not taste like soap. I gotta tell you, we had this the other night, and I'm usually not a big fan of cilantro, but this does not taste like soap to me. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's the rest of the stuff that's in it that masks the soapy flavor, but it's a genetic disorder. So you're just born thinking that cilantro tastes like soap. If you guys don't want cilantro tonight because cilantro tastes like soap to you, let me know. I'll put the sauce on the side for you. Anybody? Anybody not like cilantro?
The Latinos in the corner
are
saying...
Heard. I love that. As long as you taste it. Because I'm not a huge fan either, but I actually really enjoy it.
You guys,
Word. Yes.
we've got a Latino tip. So they're saying that when they make chimichurri, they actually use more parsley than cilantro.
Really?
So if you want to, you can...
I have no parsley at all in this dish.
You can offset it with other herbs if you are not a cilantro fan.
So if you don't like cilantro, I can make chimichurri without the cilantro?
No, you've got to use the cilantro no matter what, but parsley, we definitely use parsley in it.
You can go ahead and
All right.
Parsley.
See, I have oregano. So I've got the cilantro and I have oregano, which this is about 2 tablespoons with the 1.5 cups of cilantro that I'm using, just in case you're making this at home for around 10 people. If you're making it for less, go ahead and use less. And as we're finding out, there's awesome ways to work around the cilantro soap flavor dilemma. But let's throw this right in here, because again, I don't have to chop it, I don't have to do anything to it. It's going into a food processor, which is fan-freaking-tastic. Next thing I'm going to do, red wine vinegar. Again, we have about 6 tablespoons of this, so just pour that right over the top. We're going to go ahead and put our olive oil in there. It's about 8 tablespoons of olive oil. Pop that right in there. And then we have 2 tablespoons of lime juice. You can use lemon juice if you want to, but the lime juice has a slightly different acidity flavor, so it's kind of nice to use the lime juice. Pop that right in there. Last couple ingredients for the amount I'm making. 2 big cloves of garlic. Gonzo, what's up, buddy? Welcome to the cook, sir. How are you? Gonzo is here tonight. One of my guest chefs. We go hard with the guest chefs here at the Slice of Rife, because it's fan-freaking-tastic. What is up, sir? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Slide right in here. We're throwing this garlic in, guys. So just throw these 2 big cloves. You don't have to do anything. They're going in a food processor. Chuck them in there. And this is, again, if garlic cloves, if you don't know how to prep a garlic clove, you just take the clove off of the bulb, grab it, put the knife down on it. Don't slap the knife blade. Make sure your blade is pointing down when you slap the knife and slap at the base of the knife. But you just slap it. You just give it a little pop, and it pop. Look, the shell popped right off of that. And bam, I'm left with this delicious garlic. Plus, you want to make sure you smash your garlic anyways because it releases all of the aromatics in your garlic, which is just important to do. So let's go ahead and just pop that in there. And a little bit of salt. You're going to sprinkle just a little bit of salt. You want about a teaspoon for the amount we're making. And then you just want about a half teaspoon of pepper. So you sprinkle just a little bit of pepper in there too. That is plenty of pepper, and we're good to go there. And that's everything, guys. All we got to do now is hit it with the food processor, and you have made your chimichurri. But we do need our avocados set. So, Juan, you're good with avocados, right? I'm shit with avocados, bro. I need you. I need you on. I need you up here in my life. Avocadoing me.
Am I taking the day off?
No, Gonzo, I need you to go get the grill going.
I can do that.
You got to go warm the grill up. You're going to be responsible for our meat. All right? You're my meat man. I love the way you handle the meat. I like the way it looks in your
Can you
hands.
stop saying that online, please?
Bro, I'm sorry, but you handle good meat, okay? Do you, would you like an apron, sir? Do you need an apron? You probably don't need an apron, right? Do you need an apron for this? I have dose knives here. I just need them chopped into little chunks. So I need like little 1/4-inch chops. If you could 1/4-inch chop me. Now what Juan's doing here is Juan is prepping the avocado. So what you do is you slice around the avocado long ways to reveal the seed inside. And then, I'm sure he's probably going to use this technique. He's going to wash his hands. Guys, Juan's hand wash counts. Juan's hand wash counts. So make sure you're taking a drink at home. Make sure that that goes into our hand wash count, guys, for later. Because this is all very, very important. This is how we do. And then he's probably going to use a technique where he stabs this little pit with the knife. Rotate a little to the side and pull it out. I'm not good at it. I know the way it's, I know the way it's supposed to work, but I'm not good at it. I don't know if I get avocados that are not ripe enough.
You're not Hispanic, bro.
Is that what it is? I'm not Hispanic? That's why I had you guys here. Do you like my apron? We had a long discussion tonight, guys. Full transparency. The meat is tenderizing right now in a baking soda marinade, sir. It's got about 5 minutes left or so in there, and then we'll rinse it. And I just got salt and pepper. No, and I've also already oiled down the grill. We're good to go.
Using all of this?
Yes, we're going to use it all. We are going to use it all. I have 5 avocados. The original recipe for this calls for 3, but that's also like a half portion of this, and I'm making about double of it. So I went ahead and threw extra avocados in there because avocados are awesome. And why would you not throw extra avocado in if you could? It is not going to hurt it, that's for sure. Rice is finishing up again. Do not take the lid off your rice. Don't mess with it. There's no point. You're going to hurt your feelings and you're going to hurt the flavor.
I have a note. I have a note.
What's the note?
It's not a baking soda marinade. You're not marinating it. You're tenderizing.
I'm sorry. It's a baking soda tenderizer. It's not going to make it taste...
Did you actually tenderize the meat?
Yes.
Did you beat it?
Huh?
Did you beat it?
No, I don't beat my
And
meat.
you didn't tenderize your meat.
No, I'm tenderizing the meat with baking soda. I don't like to be vulgar and beat my meat on screen. So I went with a baking soda meat tenderizing technique that I actually learned from work. Yeah, I steal things from work all the time. I don't know if you guys know. I mean, I don't like steal things from work. This is not an admission of theft from work, okay? I'm not trying to get fired. I'm not in the bag.
Take some coffee, yo. You're not taking coffee, right?
But I wasn't going to say I'm not stealing coffee.
You're not stealing coffee,
I'm
right?
not stealing coffee. I'm not stealing anything. Oh, he's slicing them in the rice. This is a unique. See, this is the stuff I can't do. I've seen people do this with mangoes too. I'm not good with this. But he's got these nice little cuts going in. And he's cubing it inside the shell. See, I've always taken it out of the shell, and then I go to town with it. But I always smush it some, and it doesn't look as nice. This looks like it's going to be a much better presentation of this. Juan, again, is guest chef. He knows what he's doing a hell of a lot more than I do. So I'm taking and I'm learning lessons over here. This is what I'm doing. You want to smell? Smell chimichurri? So it's a lot of just garlic and red wine and stuff right now with the olive oil. But let's mix this up. While we got this going on, I broke our food processor the other day, so we have a brand new food processor, and my cat loves this. So there's a good chance my cat jumps up and tries to knock everything down in these next few seconds as soon as I get this bad boy going. Can he come in? Is there a cat?
No.
Watch out.
Oh, here he comes.
He's coming. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
The cat.
Oh my God.
He's coming. He loves this sound. I do not know why, but this is like his favorite sound in the world. And he comes a running for it every freaking time we put this thing on.
Hey Jeff, you need a tan.
We're doing a Latin episode. You gotta keep reminding me how white I am? Jesus. I'm making you plantains. I got you bananas for you.
Yes!
So you don't have to grab
I didn't see
the
the
banana on
bananas,
the
bro. I almost brought my own.
This guy, every time he eats food here, he grabs one of my bananas and he eats a banana with his meal.
No matter what it is.
It's a Cuban thing, right? That's what it is? It's just a Cuban thing?
It's a Hispanic thing.
It's just a Hispanic thing? It's not even a Cuban thing?
It's like having a fried egg on your rice and beans. Right or wrong, Chico? Help me out, bro.
Look at this cat. This cat can't wait. He wants to get up into whatever this is that I'm making. There he is.
I gotta.
Attention. Is the attention getting lost?
I gotta see if I can turn this for a second so everyone can see that he's
Go ahead, yes. Just show everybody what this cat is doing.
He is sitting here on the
He's
table.
so excited
just
right
like
now.
dying to watch this blender. Look at him.
Yes, smooth is.
He's like, what is that? What is it?
Here we go.
Alright, now I gotta
Gonzo, did you get the grill going?
Ready to go, baby.
Alright.
Hey, the little instant starter thing's not working, so I put the big lighter next to it. You saw it? Love you, sir.
You got it.
There's an extra propane tank over to the left, just in case it goes out.
It's already clean. I don't gotta scrub it or nothing.
I already cleaned it. I already rubbed it with some olive oil.
We're cooking our meat been rare, right? Nothing well done here, right?
No
Everybody's good.
Everything's moving, right?
Medium rare, medium max, right?
I'm good.
You sure you're praying?
Medium max, yeah.
You sure you can't eat raw stuff?
She can eat whatever the hell she wants. It's her house.
Everything's moving in my house.
All right. You got that bag set up? Perfect. Yeah, hey, you even had good placement. Andy, good placement. All right, so this is coming off. Oh, I love it. The smell is so good. Make sure this all stays in here.
Oh wait, is it just no food thing?
Now, I've always noticed that this is a waterier chimichurri that I'm used to, but once you put the avocado in, the avocado is really what holds it all together and thickens it up. Basically, the avocado is coated with the chimichurri, and then it's all drizzled all over the steak. So trust me, it's going to work out very, very well. Now, it has been 15 minutes, so I got to go ahead and I got to take this beef, and we got to rinse this bad boy off because you don't want this baking soda to sit on there before you cook it. Okay? Let me get this out of the way.
Go right here for the avocado?
Yeah, absolutely. You're fine, sir. We're going to take this bad boy that had the meat on it earlier. I'm going to put the meat right back on here. I'm going to wash my hands while I do this. And I'm also going to wash a cutting board. Does a cutting board have metaphysical hands?
No.
No. So cutting board washing does not count. Perfect. I just got to check.
If you wash your hands after you wash the cutting board, it counts.
Yeah.
I'm going to wash my hands after the cutting board, but I wanted to know if me washing the cutting board was an additional wash. All right. Those look fantastic. That's perfect. That's exactly what I needed, sir. It's nice working with people who know what they're doing in the kitchen. My wife made some delicious chicken pot pies the other day, and I got to tell you, of all the pies I've eaten of hers, that was probably the best. One of my favorite pies I've ever had of my wife's. Was that too much? Did I not talk about my wife's pies on camera?
Talking about literal pies.
Yeah, I thought it was a nice compliment. Now, she eats my pies all the time.
Blueberry and apple.
Blueberry and apple pies. Blueberry, matter of fact, also my safe word. Blueberry is my safe word. So just in case it ever comes out and anybody's ever in a situation where it matters, if I'm feeling pain and I scream out blueberries, that means stop. Okay? I'm no longer happy with what is happening, and I need you to discontinue what you're doing. Blueberries. So, we're going to take this meat and we're going to go ahead and we're going to rinse this meat, guys. So let's just get this water out of here. Just grab it. Give it a little rinsey. So rinse your meat off. Your meat's done tenderizing. It's not hard anymore. It's nice and soft. You got to give it a nice little rinse and make sure that it's ready for the cook. Can you do me a solid? Because I just forgot to lay some paper towels down on here. I want to dry the steak just a little bit. So I'm going to sprinkle it with some salt and some pepper. It's not a huge deal, but it helps little juice meats and stuff rolling all over the counter when I'm trying to stay pretty clean in here. Oh, those avocados look fantastic. Thank you, Juan. Thank you. I'm getting you back up here right after story time so you can handle these Maduros. But we're gonna have the ladies handle the uncondimenting of the Maduros. That's what we're calling it, by the way. The plantains, when you take that peel off, you're taking the condom off.
You're removing their jacket.
Yes, you're removing the safety of the plantain, and then the plantain is just going to be its own little thing. So let's go ahead and dry this just a little bit. Removing their jacket? But that has nothing to do with condoms.
Yeah, but we're about to eat. I don't want to talk about that.
You don't want to talk about condoms when we're about to eat? Oh, condoms makes me hungry, because every time I'm done, I always want a snack.
Wow.
It's just a thing. It's just a thing.
I'm taking off the jacket.
Taking off the jackets. Can you move that just a little?
Yeah.
Like over here towards where I can get a little steak in?
Wait, one on
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So, sink action?
Yes,
like
just a little bit. Yeah, you watch out for the Instagram. That's perfect.
Okay.
That's nice.
Watch out for Instagram.
Because we're going to move it again for story time in just a moment. Now that everything else is kind of going off here, we're about to do some story time, and then we're about to cook some meat. We're about to eat some dinner, guys. It is not very far off. So I washed my hands again. If anybody's paying attention, hands did just get washed as I was fondling some meat, and they were required. So let's go ahead and we're going to put this right to the side. I'm going to let this dry for just a moment or two. While that sits there, this comes over here. Oh, this looks good. Pop these right over here. Little rinse. And I've got 36 seconds left on this rice. Okay, so all I'm going to do is I'm going to remove it from the heat. Once this is done, I'm going to let the rice sit for just a moment or two while we get on to our story time. Okay? So once this alarm goes off, and I have this drink, which, by the way, you know what? Everybody have a drink. It's drinking time with Chef Jeff. Yeah. Now, since we're going to cook this meat in about 10 minutes, I'm not going to salt it just yet. There are two big things that you need to know when salting your meat. You can salt your meat like an hour ahead of time, and that's okay. Or you can salt your meat immediately before cooking it, and that's okay. But if you salt your meat like 15 minutes before cooking it to 30 minutes before cooking it, you can destroy your piece of meat. I don't know the actual reasoning why. Can either of you guys verify that?
No.
Because I have Googled quite a few things that say if you salt, if you're gonna
cook off.
Yeah, if you salt and pepper your meat, you either need to do it like an hour beforehand or right beforehand. But like 15 to 20 minutes beforehand is like the worst. Like it ruins your meat. Have you heard that? You've never heard that? It was something I Googled. I believed it to be true.
That's
so
why the internet lies, people.
But you never know. That's also why I've not been to culinary school, so I don't know.
Salt,
There's like plenty of meat, right?
Yeah, but
We'll cut it in bites. What I can also
Should
do
be fine, right?
well, before we cook it, we can also cut it in half and cook it. Or when we're about to plate, we cut it in half and cut.
However you like.
It doesn't matter.
I want to keep. Yeah, I'd like to keep it whole. I'd like the longer strips
to
go around the sides. We throw that rice in the center, and the Maduros on the outside. I love your sweater, by the way.
thank you.
Ugly.
Fantastic sweater.
It's so cute.
It is a fantastic ugly Christmas sweater.
It's festive.
It's exactly what it's supposed
Yours
to be.
is about August.
Yeah, because what does it read? Legends are born in August.
Legends are born in August. But I was born in December.
We're not talking about you.
Ah, but there's legends born in December too, aren't there? Yeah, there are.
You have the shirt. You don't even have the shirt, bro.
Huh?
You know. This is my shirt.
I don't need a
says.
shirt. I've got an apron that shows my dick size.
It's a fucking paring knife. It's a paring knife. It's not even a fucking. It's not even a chef knife. It's a paring knife. Don't be proud of that. Please don't be proud of that. You're not even Asian.
And on that note,
It's
it's time for story time with Chef Jeff. So let's get this story. Can you pause that, Andy?
line crossing. Like, there was a time where we used to at least try.
Well, we still don't say the F word too often. We've been pretty good about
Oh, I'm sorry.
not saying
Was
the
it
F
me or
word.
him?
That,
Oh, yes!
I've been dropping
Both of
some
you,
bombs. Don't get me wrong. I throw a bomb out here and there.
Hey, do you need this cilantro?
Yes,
cutter?
that is for plating.
Plating? Alright.
Oh yeah, I kept a little cilantro for plating over there.
We're gonna go over
You
to
can use
story
some of
time.
it, don't use it all, please.
No, I'm gonna clean it for you.
Sorry for the terrible
Oh, no, it's
view
all
of my
clean.
face.
What are you
Ooh.
taking the stems off the bottom?
Yeah, you
Right. Let's see. Let's get a good view here for both cameras.
That voice.
Special holiday episode.
Is she carrying a baby?
She is carrying a baby. She's also carrying me. Because my talents do not carry myself.
I can't.
Is that going to work? Yeah? Are we in?
Yeah.
Are we in all the things? Oh, look at the lighting though. Now you have the lighting. Now it looks sexy. Guys, I had the Santa Claus hat on because this is our NocheBuena episode. Feliz Navidad. I'm not singing that right now. This is the slice song. But you know how it is.
I kept saying Buen Noche.
Well, grab your robe, get your spec. Oh no, wait, what?
Can I have it?
Gonza, sing a song. Silencio, amigo.
Pipe.
See, I know some Spanish. Cállate. ¿Es cállate one?
Cállate.
Cállate!
It's kind of rude of me, shut up.
Oh, they scoop on me, amigo.
It's mean.
I didn't mean to.
Touché.
I didn't mean to.
Dale, arranca.
Well, grab your pipe, get your spectacles. Put on your robe and hide your testicles. It's time for story time with Chef Jeff. It's tiempo story time with Chef Jeff. Hola, ¿cómo está, amigo? Bienvenido a la rebajada de Rife. I don't know what I just said.
You did it good, bro.
Was that good?
Yeah.
I know nothing else. However,
I was gonna say reposado.
I know that bubbles inside a pipe make me look sexy. Except for the ones that spill all over you and just make you wet, like the ones that just occurred to me. Probably should have stirred this mixture up a little better. That being said, happy holidays to everybody out there. I decided that for this story time, I would tell you about one of my favorite holiday experiences, because it was probably one of the most terrifying holiday experiences that I ever had.
This is going to be epic.
I have no idea what he's telling.
Now, the holidays to me mean relaxation. What I like to do is I like to sit back. I like to watch some football. I like to mess around with my fantasy, which, by the way, in both Super Bowls this year, both, sir. I dominate.
Oh
I dominate, sir. But I also like to gamble on football. There's a lot that goes on with football for me, the moral of the beginning of this story. Thanksgiving, especially, centers on football for me. It starts with a nice early game. The Lions play at some point. I always know Matt Stafford's going to screw something up, but I can bet on that, and I can make some money.
Oh my God.
So we're at my mother-in-law's place for a Thanksgiving with my wife. There are quite a few of us there. And by quite a few, I mean me, my mother-in-law, and what was he, 90
at the time? He was 92?
92-year-old grandfather-in-law.
91.
91-year-old grandfather-in-law who used to be a plumber. Now, my mother-in-law's house, since they're up in Gainesville, has a septic tank. That's where they have a nice big tank that's buried underneath your yard that's full of all your poo. Don't know who developed this system. Not sure why we still use it today, but it is a thing.
Probably because of the plague.
Probably because of the plague, as I'm so...
This is not a very food-friendly story.
Can we eat after this?
Yeah, this is not a food-friendly story, but okay.
It's not very unfood friendly, but you know, wash your hands. It's part of what we do here. We wash our hands. So it is like right at, I want to say it was 11 or so, right when football starts on Thanksgiving. I've nestled down onto the couch. I have a beer in my hand. I am ready to do nothing but enjoy my time. Pies are in the oven. I've done my work for the day. Andy's mom's septic tank has been clogged. So only half of the plumbing in the house is working, and the rest is not. Now, my grandfather-in-law used to be a plumber and is an incredible handyman. But mind you, he's 91 years old. So, outside, he decides to take matters into his own hand. There is an exhaust pipe on the roof to let all of the stinkiness and the methane out. Alright? So, this 91-year-old man has the ladder up on the side of the roof, and he is up on the roof, crawling around on the roof, messing around with this, just trying to see what he can see, to see if he can loosen this blockage, so to speak. So he gets the garden hose. Then I get contacted. As football begins, we're about 4 snaps in. My wife comes up to me, "Hey, honey, my grandpa's up on the roof right now trying to fix the blockage with the septic tank. Is there any way you could help him?" But he's 91. But football, it's 91. About my business, which means I have to get up on the roof and I have to handle other people's business, so to speak, if you know what I mean. So I get up on the roof and I am handed a very long garden hose, of which we have taken the nozzle off and it's just free flowing, and I am instructed to feed this hose down this giant tube, wiggle it up and down for a while to try to get the blockage just loosened up a little bit to release some of the water that's been backing up. And I'm up there, and nobody told me that I was going to have to pull this hose out. Okay? So I'm on the roof. It's Thanksgiving. Thank God I've already made my pies, because I didn't want to look at a lot of food after this. And I'm up on a roof, just throwing a hose down a gasket, just trying to break up some blockage, just in there, just working it, just giving it all I got, you know. And I was like, do I go faster? Do I need to go faster? You want it slow? How exactly do I break up this blockage? Because I've never done this before. I know you used to be a plumber, but the only plumbing I'm used to working with is, well, this plumbing. Oh, wow, I just realized what I was doing.
No way.
Long story short, we released the blockage a small amount, but nowhere worth pulling that hose out of that long tube. You know what? I gotta end it there because we gotta eat later. I gotta end it there because we gotta eat later. Just need a couple more of those bubbles to get me through this. I just had a flashback. And that's it. That's story time with Chef Jeff, guys. Thank you for tuning in. Story time. Do I wash my hands after that, or do I just let it go? Bubbles, real bubbles, everybody. All right, so let's get back in here. Juan, I'm going to need you back up in the kitchen. Actually, you know what, Juan? You hold off for a second.
That's actually kind of
Ladies.
hot.
Ready?
Ooh.
All right, yes, with the Santa hat on. Remind me to use that later. My wife thinks it's hot. I'm not the only one. Let me put this apron back on.
Are you going to cook all those bananas? I clean half of them.
Wait, what? Oh, you cleaned the bananas already?
Yeah, but
I was going to have the ladies come up and handle some phallic objects, so...
They're going to fuck it up.
No.
It's alright.
No, you stay right there.
She's helping.
Okay, wait, I have to go up?
All right, yes.
Let me drink.
Patty,
Oh.
Dana, Genesis, Lisa. I got 4 big giant bananas. I need ladies with 2 hands willing to handle these bananas.
I did good.
Who wants to handle these bananas, ladies? Oh, you're fine. It's perfect. You left
Plantains,
4. No, you left exactly 4.
Someone told me to leave 4.
It couldn't have been
Jeff,
any better.
they are not bananas.
I'm sorry, they're plantains. Guys, again, my whiteness is showing. I have my shirt off. I'm pale as all hell. The whiteness is showing. I can't help it.
It's a green, but he should say green banana.
It's a green banana.
But it's a plantain, but that starts off as a green banana.
All right.
It starts off as a green banana.
So Genesis, from experience, expresses to me that the blacker the giant thing you hold in your hand is, the better. So where's the biggest one? Hold on.
Why are you laughing? I'll take the biggest one.
I bet you will. Anyways, here is the biggest one. Genesis gets the biggest one because it's also the blackest. As she says, the blackest are the best. I didn't say that. Genesis said that.
What?
Genesis said
talking about the plantain.
Yeah, of course she was. That's what we all would like to think. Ladies, if I could get you in here. Are you coming in here for this, or am I having my wife do it?
You're having
Her. Patty, you want to choose your banana? Come here. Come on screen. Let's have you choose your banana. That's your banana. She picked the second biggest one. I just want everyone to know she went right for the second biggest one. Dana, get on here.
Ladies, can you show me your bananas?
Which banana do you want? Oh, she grabbed the banana. Here we are.
I didn't have to do that, did I?
You didn't have to do. Well, no, it helps. It tenderizes it. It tenderizes it, just like the meat tenderizer. Let's get all you ladies on camera over here. Ladies, you really just need to peel the banana. I just wanted you on screen holding those large phallic objects. Because that sells. Sex sells, guys. Remember that when you're watching Slice of Rife. This is the sexy moment of Slice of Rife. It's not this.
Damn, Patty!
Patty's got it out of the condom and ready to go.
I didn't even blink. She already did. God damn, how many kids do you have?
Yeah, how many kids do you have, Patty?
2.
Just 2. Just 2. Modest amount. Modest amount. But she handled that banana very well.
Patty's done already.
How did she do that?
I don't know. Are you having trouble getting the condom off?
Help me.
What? All right. No, I like it.
I know, I cut
Guys, it's a race now. Now it's a race. Now it's a race. Both of you. No, you have to rush.
No. I'm doing it the way that I always do.
There you
What
go.
is this?
There you go, Genesis.
She's knifing the banana.
You're doing good, Genesis. That's how you do it.
That's the right way. That's the right way, Jen.
That's the right way, Jen.
We have banana.
There you go. Now you peel it. There you go, Jen. Show the white man.
So wait, the right way is with the knife?
Yes.
Why did it take so much longer than what they did?
Because Patty's a professional. She's only guessed on what she did, but wow.
Guys, we had 2 more hand washes over here, just as a heads. There's 2 more hand washes
Who's
happening.
taking control of that?
Thank you, Josh.
Josh is now. So it's 3 total. Because I'm about to watch myself.
All right.
So 3 up there?
We use a knife.
No,
Guys,
I.
Okay.
It doesn't get much better than what just happened here in this kitchen, guys. Just want to say, I've never given so many long things to so many women. Yeah, we're going to salt pepper right now. You're going to bring it out. It's game time. And then, Wonky, I need you up here, my man. I'm going to pat down the rest of this meat, and we are going to make these Maduros while my boy Gonzo cooks these steaks.
Mid-rare, right? All the consensus? Say aye.
Huh?
Mid-rare?
Yeah,
Aye.
There'll be end tips and stuff if people want to cook more. I'm washing my hands. Make sure that if you're at home, you're drinking, and you're also playing the hand wash game. Don't forget to like and share. And now that everybody's here, I think it's a good time to let you guys know that our next live cook is actually going to be a Fansgiving. That's right. We're going to have the fans here. All you people that like and share all the time, you're going to be coming. There's a gang war starting in the back. Oh, that's me. This is Spanish people in the back. Everybody's paying attention. Nobody's paying attention. But I hope you're paying attention. Look at you. You may be so nice and pretty, Gonzo. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. That's fantastic. All right. So we're going to grab our meat real quick. And we're going to salt and pepper this meat. So you're just going to hit it both sides. Salt it up nice and well. You got a nice big thick piece of meat. Remember, you can only salt and pepper the outside of your meat. So I always throw a little extra on there. Plus some of it falls off when you're grilling. You know how it works. Get it in there. A little pepper. Get this bad boy peppered up. Most of the flavor is going to come from the avocado chimichurri. So you don't need to go too crazy with your seasoning. But you do want to at least have some flavor getting cooked into the meat. It helps. Let's go ahead and flip this meat. You know what? Can I pick these up? Just throw that in the sink, yeah. Like that thing. That thing sucks. Alright. Meat's on there. It's the smallest cutting board in the world, apparently. And then this is the last I'm going to need this salt, so we're just going to go ahead and get our hands nice and meaty in there. Salt, pepper these bad boys. Got a good salt and peppering? You happy with the smattering? Yeah. And then get the rest of the pepper just on the sides here. I do. Underneath the grill, in the little grill case, there are actually some metal tongs in there that you can use for grilling. We're good. Salt and pepper, good to go. Hit me up, medium rare, sir. And now, Juan, show them how to properly slice Maduros, because you don't just cut it right down the center. Maduros. Maduros. And I'm also washing my hands again, so if anybody's counting that. Yeah, hey, are you coming to wash your hands? You got some residue left over from when you were handling the giant banana? Oh, she just wanted her wine.
Plantain! Hi! It's a
okay.
plantain!
Yeah, thanks, Bree. Takes it right off. Alright.
So you want to cut it up on a pie?
Yeah, so notice what he's doing. Yeah, he's cutting it at like a 45-degree angle. you want these nice little slices. It helps it sit when you're cooking it, and it also just makes it cook better through. If you get the big chunks, it's just a little awkward. Is there a better reasoning behind that other than that?
Nah,
that I don't know, or
surface contact.
Just surface contact, right? Just making sure more of it hits it and it cooks through in the middle of it.
Yeah.
We're going to put a thin layer of oil, all right? So just like maybe a 1/4 inch layer of vegetable oil down in this pan. You don't want these things to get submerged. And remember, as you add them, the oil level is going to rise because of displacement. And we're going to get that heated over medium heat. So I'm just going to get that warmed up while Juan slices all these maduros.
Maduros.
Maduros. Maduros. Yeah, maduros. It's like I have to say it from my balls when I say it. Is that the way it's supposed to feel? Am I supposed to feel like I'm channeling it from somewhere deep down inside?
Maduros.
Maduros. That's not the way you said it the first time. Don't go giving me a different way to say it now. It's like the way I was saying it before.
I hate you, Jeff. Leave me alone.
I'm just Maduros as I'm behind Juan. Just Maduros.
Oh my God! Don't do that behind you, bro.
I'm sorry.
Don't do that
No, I
behind you.
can't help. Juan's got people online. They'll come after me. I can't let that happen. So this is okay.
Nah, I don't think I'm gonna use that guy.
I'm not gonna use that guy, right? That guy looks a little too much. Should I get both these guys out of here?
Yeah, get them the fuck
All right. So we went a little too brown. I guess even during the Latin episode, you can go too brown. I'm sorry. I went too brown during the Latin episode. And we have some plantains we couldn't use. But that's fine because I picked up a shit ton of extra plantains today while I was at the store.
Not mine,
Just
right?
in case.
You picked the big
No,
one.
yours is good. Yours is fantastic. You handled your plantain very well. We're all very proud of you. All very proud of you and your green banana.
Brown.
Big brown banana. Alright. This oil is heating up. Our maduros are getting cut. Maduros are getting cut. Remember to like and share this video, guys, if you want to come.
It's because he doesn't know. He doesn't know what you're doing.
Like closes a couple. Cause like
It doesn't look like anything.
Because it's
Bobby,
going like this, it's going
you're
Maduros.
good.
What? Keep an eye on the camera.
You're
He's
good,
not
Bobby.
Maduros.
Oh my God!
I'm gonna come over on the side here. So if I
Love
do,
it.
if I do
love it.
maduros, I'll do it. I'm on the side. I'm out of the way. I'm out of the way.
I love it.
Anyways,
Oh my God!
while Juan gets these maduros cut, sorry, hold on, move to the side just a second. While Juan gets these maduros cut, I'm gonna go ahead and we're gonna pour our chimichurri all over these avocados, guys, and we're just gonna start letting this marinate. Now make sure you just want to toss the avocados. You don't want to smush the avocados. You want them nice and chunky. So just go ahead and pour this all over these bad boys, and then we're just gonna mix it all up and around. And we're going to do it very gently because, again, you just want a nice, gentle coating. You're basically tossing an avocado salad. We love tossing salads here. It's one of the things we do. So make sure that you gently toss this salad. Nobody wants their salad tossed too hard. Okay, you'll bruise things. So make sure it's a gentle salad tossing. Look at that. Just a nice little gentle... Look at that avocado chimichurri.
Juan looks uncomfortable a little bit.
That's okay.
I'm good.
Juan's up here with me saying Maduros behind him while he holds giant phallic objects. I'm sure it's a little off-putting for any man.
anything for food though.
Look at that. Look at, that just looks fantastic, that avocado chimichurri, guys. That's going to go right on top of these steaks.
These aren't really quite...
Those aren't ready to
They're not
go?
Maduro. They're not Maduro.
They're not Maduros?
No,
I told you the
We can
blacker
make
the
plantains
better.
out of those, or we can fry them. I'll do it myself.
Should I have not thrown the other ones out now?
We can fry these. We can fry these if you want. Cut them in half, fry them, and then I'll take care of this if you want to fry plantains.
So the other one's probably not ready yet either, huh?
Nothing.
Not quite the same.
That's why I don't volunteer.
All jokes aside, I really meant that. The blacker the blacker one is, the better.
Yeah, but we had to couple that with two. We had to toss them.
It's not a green banana.
Those are
It's a member of the banana family, but it is not a banana. I looked it up, so suck it.
It's fine. I can make fried plantains out of this if you want to fry them. Do you have grease?
I don't have grease, no, I just have vegetable oil.
It's fine.
I know, so they go say
You can fry plantains, so it's not a waste.
Well, we'll get these Maduros cooked so everybody has some Maduros. So everybody has some. Yeah, might as well. Let's pop it open. Let's see what we can get out of it. I tried. It's tough when you're cooking things like this to get them to the right ripeness. You can't really buy them ripe enough. These are the ripest I could buy. Just make sure they don't get moldy. We had a couple that got moldy. We tossed those out because that was no bueno. We did not want them moldy. So that's going to go there. How's that steak looking out there?
That's the only way to peel it.
The riper the better.
Not bananas.
Yeah, well, no, everybody was peeling like bananas, man. It was working. So is that one okay, Maduro?
Yeah, I mean
Maduro.
we're gonna have to make it happen.
All right, let's see what we got here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, It's about 8 people. Everybody at least get a couple. So we'll get a couple for everybody at least. This is getting nice and hot.
Looks like a banana.
We got plenty of rice. As long as we don't burn these like I did last time, we should be fine. This is trash? No, that's a good little piece. We use that. Alright, so we got this all set up now. Avocado chimichurri. For those of us looking at home who aren't actually here, that's all ready to go. That's going to go on top of our steak. Our rice is all finished. The only thing we have left to do is to start cooking these Maduros. So let's just make sure this is nice and hot. And basically you want to hear a little sizzle when you pop it in. So we need to test Maduro. Just a nice little test one. And that's not ready just yet. It's not ready. We're still heating up here. It'll take a couple of minutes. There's another hand wash. Don't forget we got another hand wash. What's happening here? Are we passing notes in school? Can you hold that up to the camera? Can we show the cameras what just got passed to Juan? Juan, blink twice if you need help. That's a note. That is a note that just got passed to Juan to make sure that he doesn't need help from me in the kitchen. Because everybody knows I get a little freaky around Maduro. Let's pop this in there. I'm going to need a drink after that. I don't know about you guys, but I need a drink. No, I'm just trying to heat the deal. I only put, there's just a small little, there's a tiny little layer. Is that too much?
Yeah.
Alright, dump some out. Fuck it.
What were we putting in?
Right here, start in alright, I'll put it in a bowl. Yeah, put it in here. Pour out. Because again, this is why he is here. Because the last time I made Maduros, I burnt the shit out of them. So I used too much oil. And we're pouring quite a bit of that oil out right now. Like almost all of that oil out right now. Apparently we didn't need a bunch of oil.
Wait, what? All that oil?
Yeah. Que se te mitad covered.
I don't know. We want butter? Look, I had one over
No,
just
that's
for
not what
this.
I said.
I had one over just for this. Is that enough butter? A couple tablespoons? You want a knife to cut it? You want extra butter? I got more.
We got 9. We good.
You let me know. This is why I did not try to do this by myself. Because I did not want to destroy these Maduros. So you're going with a thin layer of oil and then like a tablespoon of butter?
Yeah.
Alright.
If you want to maybe explain to our viewers,
like
I'm sorry, I've just never seen that. Never.
I mean, you're not making tostones, you're making maduros. So
When I make maduros, I put half
Come up here.
oil.
Come up. No, come around. Come around. Let's go. Come around. You guys clash with each other now for a while. You argue with each other. Like this. Guys, here's
Dominicans versus
let's do
Puerto
this
Ricans.
wall. Stage presence, guys. Stage presence.
It's because he's Dominican and I'm Puerto Rican, so I do it, I don't know, maybe the Puerto Rican Cuban type of way.
But look at us coming together over a delicious meal. That is the whole point. Food brings people together. Whether you're Puerto Rican, or Dominican, or Cuban, or a gringo, or whatever that guy from all those movies is. What is what's his name?
The guy from
Danny
the
Trejo.
movie.
Danny Trejo.
Danny Trejo.
Whatever Danny Trejo is, we all get together when it comes to food. Have you been to Trejo's Tacos?
No, I've heard of it.
Fire. Trejo's Tacos is so
I've just
good.
never seen it done this way, which is really interesting. That's why I'm so curious.
We're supposed to be brought together, Jenny.
It looks like it comes good. I'm really curious because it looks good this way. I've just never done it this way. I did the Cuban way, the way my grandma taught me. This looks interesting, and it looks better actually.
This looks pretty fantastic, and this is not the way I would have done it. because all I have is the internet. I don't have anybody who actually knows what they're doing when I'm trying to make these things up for myself. This is a good time because these only take a few minutes on each side to go ahead and finish cleaning up, which doesn't suck. Uh-oh.
For real, but now it blew me up because it will caramelize. Honestly, real talk.
Uh-oh. We've got tension in the kitchen. All the Latin people are fighting about the proper way to make maduros in the kitchen. I caused cultural conflict, guys. Cultural conflict. I'm sorry. But I have started cultural conflict here in my kitchen. Andy, can you restart the Instagram? It quit on us.
Can you restart the Instagram?
Insta quit. Insta heard us getting racially insensitive and quit on us.
It was like, no.
So that's why we go with Facebook Live. They let us do whatever we want.
How do I just... No.
I would save that video first. Top left, save it. And then, yeah, just start it up again. That's okay. We're getting close to finish anyways. We're pretty much
I need to learn.
complaining and
Yeah,
things
you
like
were
that.
over there saying you're almost done. It was like, things take forever.
I did wash my hands again for whoever's keeping track of that. So the hand washes have occurred. I'm cleaning up the kitchen. Well,
Alright, so now what do I share the story?
Took a little while. I didn't know it was going to take as long as it did. Things happen. But remember, we're making a fun little dinner over here.
How do I go live again?
How do you go live? You go back to the home screen and then click on the top left.
We're not live?
We also do Instagram tutorials. No, we're live on Facebook. We're not live on Instagram right now. Top left, the little camera. And then just scroll over on the bottom until it says live. Nope. The one underneath that. Yep.
And just an FYI to your viewers, I think that they should watch it on Instagram versus Facebook because Facebook lives about 30 to 45 seconds. Instagram is actually live.
Oh, look at that, guys. Did not know that.
We just tried it right now.
Facebook lags about 30 seconds and Instagram is actually live. However, Instagram is being a little bitch right now. It keeps cutting out on me. Insta's back! Instagram, I love you. You've been gone for so long.
He threw no shade.
I'm so glad to have you back, Instagram. Yeah, I would never throw shade at you, Instagram. I just washed my hands again, but now I have to throw this out, so I'm going to wash my hands again. There's lots of hand washes piling up here, guys, which means you should all be drinking at home and getting wasted while I continuously wash my hands. Gonzo, how's that steak coming?
Yeah, it's working.
Don't forget about my steak. You said medium rare. I feel like it's going to be well.
He doesn't even work when he's cooking.
I know. No attention to the grill. These steaks come out well done, Gonzo. I'm sending them back. Going back to the chef.
I just called you.
He said he just comped them.
You
which
can't
is
conquer, it
fantastic.
doesn't work that way.
Sure it can.
And glad I'm all over again.
Oh, these are looking fire right over here. I'm liking that. This is a beautiful technique. So now I know a thin layer of oil, about a tablespoon of butter. Let them cook for what, like 3-4 minutes on each side? A couple minutes on each side?
Yeah, so they, like 3-4 minutes, and then like
3-4 minutes till they get golden brown. Looks like we're using medium-high heat. Shoot at around that 5 or 6 if you got one of those fancy numbered ovens that has numbers on it. Because everybody knows I want to cook this at a 6. You know, like numbers make sense. Tell me a temperature. I'd like to know a temperature.
What do you want me to put? Give me the cutting board.
Here. Have this cutting board. The bigger cutting board. Just make sure you support it at the bottom. The other one's in here, because it was dirty.
No, I cleaned it though, and I put it over here.
Oh, well, all right then. It's clean. All right, we've got double cutting board. We're good to go. I want to make sure this is clean. Little rice.
Well done, right? Well done, meat?
Yeah, well done meat, please. Can you make mine into a brick and throw it through my window onto my plate?
Hey, do you want me to split it?
You're no longer allowed to say, can you just serve me fire?
I need a tire replacement. Just put it on my tire.
I don't want any of the avocado chimichurri. I want to go with ketchup. If that's okay. Put some ketchup on my steak.
And hot sauce.
And hot sauce. Ketchup and hot sauce. You guys have A1? No. What I have is A1. And he cooks by Maduros.
That was so inappropriate because you were facing the perfect way.
What are you talking about? I didn't think it was inappropriate at all. I was facing the camera. I wasn't looking at Juan. I didn't make seductive eyes at Juan. You would do any of that stuff. Maybe don't. No, I was just kidding. All right. Maybe no. I don't know. Maybe no. Guys, we have some very, very special plates for this episode. We have Christmas plates. NocheBuena plates, guys. I got reindeers. I got little Christmas trees. We got Santa Claus. I got to play Santa Claus.
Chef.
Yeah.
If the steak starts to bleed, is it ready?
If the steak starts to bleed, is it ready?
You
What kind of question is that?
every day.
It should be bleeding the entire time. It's not ready when I take it out of the cow. Tell the audience.
No!
Don't just tell me. You tell the audience these things. She said that you with the do-rag on reminds her of people in prison while they do the Maduros thing. And she sees it as like a me displaying dominance, I think. Is that what they would be doing in prison?
Because I
Displaying
think it looks
dominance?
like, you know, those ese, como, you know,
Can you pull your pocket out of your pants so I can hold on to your pocket? We're going right over here, guys, while he cooks my Maduros. Can you give this man his money back?
I didn't rob him.
You stole all my man's money. I saw her steal your money, bro. Look at these. Yes. Always let your meat rest for about 5 minutes once it's done. Okay? Don't do anything else to it. It's still very sensitive right when it's finished. So you want to leave it for about 5 minutes. Don't overwork it too much. And just let it go before you slice into it. And again, this is one of those meats where we're going to use that, like, almost, what would you call that? Like a 30-degree cut. Like you're going to come in at it, and you're going to come in and on the side, and you're going to make nice long slices. What that does is the way the tendons and the meat run, you're actually cutting against the grain, and you're making the tendons.
Are you washing your hands,
smaller.
Chef?
I am washing my hands, sir.
No one's paying attention, yo.
Nobody's
It's
paying
on.
attention.
First of
None of you paying attention.
First of all,
You guys are all fired. All of you.
first of all, it's on there.
Gonzo, there's juices all over my floor.
It's bleeding.
Gonzo spilled his meat juices all over my floor.
When the steak bleeds, it's mid-rare.
It's mid-rare. Is that a real thing?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. So once you're cooking it and you see it start to kind of bleed through after you flip it, that's about mid-rare. Once it starts to push the blood
First
through,
temperature, if you really think about it.
that's fire. I didn't know that.
Which one is
Think
which
about it. You cook
Gonzo?
it for 10 minutes. It should take 8 minutes to cook the mid-rare.
I like
Because
it.
you flip it on both sides for 2 minutes.
Yeah.
If you really think about it, in theory,
Gonzo, which one? I know you guys learned this. How does the hand thing work? Show them.
You want to do it?
it's mid-rare, medium.
Show the viewers what you're
That's right.
doing.
That's right. So what you do is you grab this little thumb part right here, guys. Take this little thumb part. This is very, very rare. Wide open. That's just rare. That's uncooked meat.
Rookies do this.
Then once you touch that little bad boy right there and you push on it, you can feel it. That's mid-rare. Right there. And then you come over here. You're going at medium. So just push in and you'll feel that temperature. You can push on the steak and that's the same way you feel it. Then you go to medium well. And then well done is when you have your pinky to your thumb. So push on that and see which one you want to eat. Do you want to eat that? Ooh, that feels good. Or do you want to eat that nasty hardness? Nobody wants to eat that nasty hardness. You want to eat that nice, soft deliciousness. You want to get right up in there and enjoy that. Alright, so are we making platanos as well? Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to plate a couple of these with the Maduros the way we're the way we're supposed to make them. And then we'll make the platanos for the other one.
Let me get a plate with a couple.
Alright, with a couple of napkins,
Let
guys.
me get a pot to heat up oil and deep fry.
Can you use the same one he's using or no?
What about the
It's
one
too
that I
big.
poured out?
It's too big. I need something small. Because I got to fry them.
I got you. There you are, sir. Well, he's still using that because he's still got another batch of Maduros for me.
It's fine.
Maduros! Maduros! I got Gonzo in one. Slide in, right? How's that? That work for you? Smaller? Alright. I have all the sizes. You want this little thing? Gotcha. There's a bunch of oil right over here if you want to use that. We poured it off with these that I was going to use. Slide, yeah, slide over here. Alright,
gotta heat it to
once we get a couple of those done, and we have a few of those off, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to plate one or two so we can let these live viewers go about their life, and then we'll finish up some dinner. We'll eat some platanos done. I don't know how this stays up, but it's hot. So what is this now you're doing? You're rinsing them?
Something my mommy taught me.
Uh-oh. Oh, yeah, we're learning from mommies. So what does that do? What is the point?
I have
Just
no
take
idea.
some of the starch out?
I have no idea. My mom does it, so I just do it.
Heard. Look, if your mom does it, it's probably a good idea to do it. Except your dad.
It probably releases
Don't
some of
do
the
your
starch.
dad because your mom doesn't. Just saying. That? No? Alright. And let me grab my beer. Because we getting interesting over here. Alright.
I bet it like rinses some of the starch off because the things are starchier.
That's what I'm thinking. It takes some of the starch off of it. Makes it taste a little cleaner.
I'll just show you how to cook a green banana. Yeah, really?
So read the oven.
Put that back there. Put it back there.
I know. I'm like, he was saying.
You want it on high? How do you want it?
I just put it on high and I'll drop the temp, yo.
Alright, heard. It's on high.
He talks too much.
We got some Maduros done. Yes, I have plenty of salt. It's right over here somewhere. It's in that little wooden thing. Back blue.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Beautiful.
I'm gonna put all that oil regardless.
It's like the story time takes so
Like,
Alright.
I'm gonna deep fry it.
We're going to get this little tiny steak cut so I can do one of these plate jobs and we can show you guys how we're meant to plate this. That way you guys can go about your lives. You can enjoy the rest of your evening. We're going to continue making some food here because my plantains weren't ripe enough. So let's take one of these knives. Let's make sure this is nice and clean. Give this a little rinsey.
I'm just gonna start like.
And then remember, you want to go in with like a 30-degree angle.
I love right there. I love right there.
It looks fantastic. I'm going to do it over the sink so it goes in. Now make sure that you go against the grain. So if you can see the way your flank steak grain runs, you want to cut perpendicular to that to make sure that you're making the little meat tenders as small as possible. And then you want to cook it in. You want to slice it in at like a 30-45-degree maximum angle. So you slice in on the side, and you get these nice little slices. Oh, look at those.
Always, hold on. Whoa, what are you doing? You're about to cut your finger off.
Look at these. What are you talking about, Bobby?
Oh, he called you Bobby. Bobby.
Check it out. No, that's how I do Bobby.
¿Qué pasa, papi?
How the hell am I going to cut my finger off?
Oh my gosh, that's delightful.
So you go the other way and you slice backside?
You want to use that as a guide.
Well, these are things that I don't know.
Have him show you.
Yeah, I'm cutting against
Put your hand on his hand to show him. Have a ghost moment.
I know you're right.
I'm cutting it. You're right. All right, we are going to get one of these plated up specifically for Lisa because it's going to take her 45 minutes of taking pictures outside before she's allowed to use it. So let's grab this. We're going to get these going. Look at that rice, guys. That is perfection
Oh, I
when it
just
comes
want
to
to say a
rice.
side note for that rice. My mom commented and she said that that's how you do Puerto Rican rice.
With the jasmine rice?
She said you did it perfect.
Yes.
You got Puerto Rican
Yes.
mom approval.
Yeah.
Puerto Rican mom approval. Honestly, that's not the first time in my life that I've had Puerto Rican mom approval. I tend to get a lot of mom approval. It's because I'm handsome and everybody's seen the knife. You know, like you've seen the knife. That's just
Oh my God.
moms approve. Choosy moms choose Jeff.
So dumb.
Alright, so we're going to put some of this rice right in the middle of this plate.
I put like a standard.
Right there. We're going to throw this steak right on the sides. Ooh, look at that. That looks fantastic.
Yeah.
Look at that.
I would never think you use butter because I feel butter.
And then all we have to do is throw some of the Maduros on the other side, sprinkle this bad boy with a little bit of this Avocado Chimichurri sauce, and it is game on, guys. Bam. Alright, where is these? Let me see these from here real quick. And we're going to go ahead and look at these guys. Pop these right on the other side.
So good.
These are the Maduros.
Maduros.
Pop those guys there. Let's get one more. Make it nice. And then we're going to throw a little bit of the cilantro right over the top. Avocado chimichurri in this bad boy. Where's my spoon? Let me get a spoon here. Sorry, sir. Avocado.
Oh my god, Jeff, that looks so good.
Chimichurri. Fine steak. We gotta get a little wipe on this plate.
Chimichurri's on the table.
Check that bad boy, guys.
Oh, so yummy.
Avocado chimichurri.
So good.
That is fire with homemade Maduros and Jasmine Rice.
Maduros.
Maduros!
There you go.
Yeah, you have to say it from your balls.
Maduros.
The only way to do it is to say it from your balls. Which you need that, right, to go about your business.
Yes, goodbye.
All right. Guys, we're going to cook for a little bit longer. I'll pop back on briefly when we do a little taste testing. But other than that, thank you guys so much for tuning in to episode 18 of Slice of Rife. Remember to like and share this video to enter into the live raffle so you can come have dinner with us. Thank you to all of you guys who are actually here for liking and sharing previously, for winning raffles, and coming to dinner. We have delicious, delicious food on its way for you. You can see it walk by as Lisa takes it and taunts you with it. So you have to look at what you will be eating in a moment, but you are not eating right now. However, you will have it in a moment.
Slice of rice.
Slice of rice. Guys, thank you so much, Juan. Thank you so much, Anthony, for coming out and being a part of this, especially for teaching me techniques and cooking Maduros that you say from your testicles. It's the only way to say Maduro. Maduros.
Maduro.
Maduros. Right behind God's over that one.
Actually not.
I'm going to hold his pocket later, too. Just as the heads, next episode, Fansgiving. Guys, Fansgiving. That means if you're one of those people that likes and shares all the time, you're invited. If you want to come to Fansgiving, reach out to me. What is required of you at Fansgiving is you bring a side dish or an appetizer or a specialty cocktail of your making. Because Fansgiving is not about me and the stuff that I cook. It's about you guys and the stuff that you cook. So we'll be taking your dishes. You'll be on screen. You'll be giving a couple of minutes to just talk about your dish, why you love it, what inspired you to make it, when your favorite times to eat it are, things like that. But it's all about you guys and fan appreciation. And thank you guys for letting me do these silly things in weird aprons without clothes on, where my nipples are exposed, and just enjoying this. I love doing this. You guys love coming, and that's
why she loves me.
Thank you guys so much again. Let's end these bad boys. We'll tune back in when we're finally eating some food and we're taste testing. That's my pregnant wife.
I don't know how.
The bottom right on that one. Yep.